AITA for crashing my wife's birthday party and taking her home. My wife turned 30 this week. I'm 26. We've always had a strong relationship and I love her so much. My wife has a best friend from childhood, Jimmy, 28. I didn't know him that well, but this year we've gotten to know each other and have gotten close. He's my best bud and like an older brother to me in a lot of ways. My wife goes all out for my birthday parties and I love them. She's more of a stoic introvert, so I thought it would be nice to throw her a surprise 30th birthday with just her and me and make it a special event. I wanted to make her a gift she would love. Jimmy's an incredible artist, and for the past 2 months I've been taking lessons from them. My wife was curious why I was spending so much time away from home with Jimmy, but I made vague excuses because I couldn't tell her I was making a gift for her. She's made a couple comments but never seemed upset. I told her a week before her birthday that I had made plans with Jimmy. I have a job with flexible hours, so it's not uncommon for me to do it. She wasn't upset or anything. When her birthday came, it was all I could do not to say anything. When she left for work, I put my plan in action. I decorated the place. I brought out the cake. I learned from YouTube and stored it at our friend's house. I got a dozen bouquets of flowers. I got her a few other gifts too. She was supposed to come home at 5:30 but she didn't. I waited hours for her but she didn't come home. I called Jimmy and he said he hadn't seen her. I called her and she didn't pick up. I checked her location and she was at a restaurant. I went to the restaurant and she was there with her friends. They were eating a birthday cake and she had presents. I never met these friends of hers before. I think they're from her work. She seemed sad. She wasn't smiling or energetic. I wanted to take her home and show her my gift so she would be happy. I came over to her and told her she had to come home. We grabbed her things and left. On the Uber back, she didn't say anything. At home she started crying. She has been sleeping on the couch and she avoids me. My wife hasn't talked to Jimmy either. I told my mom and she called me an asshole. I don't know why. AITA? YTA. You shouldn't be interrupting your wife's dinner for your awful execution of her birthday surprise. You also seem really hung up on the fact she went out, which is odd to me. Perhaps the dinner plans only materialized that day. Friend. Hey OP's wife. What are you doing for your birthday tonight? Quote. OP's wife. Nothing, I think my husband forgot. Friend. No. You aren't doing nothing for your birthday, we are going to get dinner. Maybe your wife looked sad at dinner because she thought her husband didn't do anything for her birthday. Info. Why didn't you just join the group at the restaurant and tell her there is a surprise at home when she's ready? Did you say anything in the Uber? Did she see the flowers, decor and not say anything? How many days ago was this? And why haven't you apologized for not communicating adequately yet? YTA. You told her you had plans on her birthday and she made her own plans. When you plan a surprise, it's on you to make sure the person will be available. The plans she made with her friends were not less important than your poorly executed surprise. YTA. You tried to do something nice, but you went about it the wrong way. Surprises are often a bad idea. This is a case in point. You told your wife you wouldn't be free on her birthday, so she made other plans. You embarrassed her in front of her friends who had taken her out for her birthday. Of course she is upset. YTA. You didn't use the critical piece of surprise party planning where you have her home at a certain time for a good reason. You just made it look like you were blowing her off, and she made other plans. You honestly just made it look like you remembered her birthday at the last minute and went overboard to try to make up for it. And instead of apologizing, you forced her to appreciate your thoughtfulness. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Friends. This is my most upvoted comment. And it's silly. But it made me happy. Thanks for the smile. I needed it. YTA, I'm guessing she thought you forgot and that Jimmy did too. So her other friends or maybe her work friends took her out to try and cheer her up. I get you planned something very special for her. But in the future you need to at least say something like, don't make plans. We already have some, but I can't tell you what. In your wife's eyes, both you and her best friend totally forgot about her special day. But the way 30 or any 10 years is considered a milestone. Please apologize and tell her how much you love her. That next time you will let her know that there are at least plans. Even if you can't give details. I personally know what it's like to feel forgotten. But the end of the day when my hubby didn't acknowledge or my best friend because they had planned a surprise party, my mood was 100% ruined as I thought they had forgotten. Please, please, please communicate better. Again, you don't have to tell her details. Just let her know that there are at least plans and make sure to wish her happy birthday. Immediately on her birthday. Edit typo. YTA, of course she's going to be upset, and why didn't you make an arrangement or a reason to make sure she came home? What is actually wrong with you? People were celebrating her birthday and you dragged her away? YTA. I hate surprise birthdays where the main message is, I've forgotten your birthday. You can do surprises without that part. I don't know why people get such a boner for purposely hurting their loved ones before making them happy. Not enough info. Were they work friends or something that you didn't know? You assumed she would be home. But you also had told her you had other plans. She probably thought you were blowing off her birthday and made her own. Showing up and basically snatching her away from the group was also probably very embarrassing and rude. Sounds like the surprise backfired. Gonna lean YTA here. Your wife is also allowed to do her own thing. YTA. You told her a full week in advance that you weren't available on her birthday because you'd made plans with her best friend. Then you went and removed her from the place where she was actually celebrating after stalking her location online. I've read your comments about you not knowing these people exist and her looking sad. She was probably sad because her husband and bestie made plans without her. Maybe she was sad because her husband is controlling and came to collect her like she was a naughty kid. Hard to tell. YTA. The way to do a surprise is to have a fake set of plans that act as a placeholder for the surprise. EU. I told me wife she had to come home. Who do you think you are? She was having an amazing 30th B-day party and you ruined. For what reason? I hope you know she'll never forget this. YTA. A big one. Something tells me there's more to this story. Did you cause a scene? YTA. The birthday ideas were sweet. You needed to arrange a plan with your wife so that she knew you hadn't forgotten. As you didn't. Of course she was going to spend time with others who'd remembered. Demanding that she came home from her birthday dinner was awful and absolutely out of line. Why was your response to pull her away from her chosen birthday plans to see yours? Why weren't you just relieved she was okay? Your birthday creations at home could have waited. What you did was controlling and centered around your wants, not hers. Too much secretism around your plans with Jimmy will have likely come across as standoffish or worrying to your wife. YTA. She's a grown woman and can make decisions for herself about who she wants to have dinner with. If there is a next time, find a way to reserve the surprise party time without giving away the surprise. YTA. You told her you would be out with Jimmy, so she made other plans to avoid being alone. You spoiled her birthday. You started with deception. The least you could have done was let her finish with her friends. Dragging her out was a dick move and all about you. She was sad because you told her you would spend time with Jimmy instead of her on her birthday. I can't stand it when someone sets up a deception and thinks it's a surprise. She will remember the embarrassment of being dragged away from her friends much longer than she will the surprise you set up. Do you really need someone to explain why all of this was not cool? YTA, because you ruined not only her birthday but the weeks leading up to it. You behaved really oddly, I can't lie. She made plans because you didn't. You then intruded on her dinner with her friends who had all gotten her presents and pulled her away. And what? You didn't even give her your own gift? At this point it feels like you've gone to all the trouble for yourself. Not NER. You want a pat on the back more than you want her to be happy on her birthday. YTA. I am confused. Was she out with friends she didn't like, or was she kidnapped? She wasn't smiling or energetic. What does that mean? She didn't want to be there with those people, or she was mad you showed up? Not enough info here. You lied to her for weeks about having plans. Demand she leave her party with her friends for the big surprise of cake and flowers? I am baffled. Oh, and obviously YTA. Edited to add. Okay, so you made her some sort artwork that you could have just given her like a normal damn person and not made it all about you. Even more YTA TBH.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.